Right, back on Pallegney. Yeah, I've got to be honest, this is the only map at the minute where the music's playing. I literally just went onto Oakbridge and I really wasn't feeling it. Right, I think we are ready to do the swap over. Yeah, I'm prepared to lose what's in here just to compensate the fact of, yeah, I'm going to swap the normal greenhouses for the other ones. So we're going to lose 22 tons, which is about right. This we're not going to lose a bit. Yeah, we are. That's a bit of a pain, but I can. We'll say the loss of the olives, which is worth quite a lot of cash, compensates for the fact that these greenhouses are a bit dear because I'm swapping the models. So in a way, it's sort of like, yeah, right, we also could do this. Yeah, if we do this at the right time, we might not lose all of our olives. Right, so we want to delete that. The only thing is doing it this way. If we do this, hang on. Come on. Ooh, it goes way too quickly, doesn't it? That's about the best I'm going to literally get it. Right, so then we need to... I don't know how this is going to work. It's going to cost us obviously extra. We will give that back. We'll literally get this back to where it should be because I should have done this as an XML, but I didn't think it would quite work right for me doing it this way. Yeah, really, this is amazing. Obviously, I've done these really low, and these ones are 10 grand more. So 17. So we want. I've also changed the rice to short grain. I thought going forwards it would be better. Yeah, we might need to do this. It should really fit quite. Yeah, it is really very about the same size. I was checking this out earlier. And we want that's the rice, and that is the, that's about right again. If we just check where the hump is for the manure and that, it should be about spot on. Fantastic. So obviously we've lost quite a lot of cash. Yeah, if we give ourselves 20,000 back, I think we're not going to be too far off, all things considered. We're sort of almost back to where we were. I don't mind losing a bit. Fantastic. Yeah, four grand like down on what we were before. We're going to have to probably do a little bit of, yeah, sort of sorting this out a little because you're bound to do some weird things. It's not going to be exactly right, is it? No, that's not too terrible. Not really. I'd say they are pretty much the same size. So, yeah, it's weird. I don't understand why, whether it's level or what, why these ones were doing that. But I've adjusted quite a few things. I say it's on. Yeah, we need to obviously put these all, and we need to like do some watering and all that type of thing as well. Yeah. So that one we want to stick. Oh. I was forgetting it's inside, isn't it? Switch everything on. Yeah, I did some testing earlier of this. I also tried to do a cotton one. It worked, but I can't make it appear because I don't think it's supposed to do. You can do it. You to do this properly, to show the plants properly, is really quite. Is that actually on? No, that is. Yeah, did I change this? I think so. Yeah, that's all on nicely, and let's have a look how we're doing. Did I up this a little? I think I did. I also did the pig food, the loss things for the pig food. It won't produce a lot because there's not an awful lot. Well, it would on the rice oil long grain. That's the other thing I was thinking. There's not much loss on this. This is really good, and it is also good for making bread. The normal rice, I thought, so really long grain rice is actually easy to do anyway. Yeah, you can do it. Alright, I think I am, yeah. I'm not confusing myself now. Yeah, I've just literally come away from about a 4-hour session on Blender, so I don't know whether I'm coming or going. It was, yeah, working on the Razek. I'd always said I'd go back to it. Well, it was a bit of a... I did it successfully, and it was 100 times larger than it should have. For some reason, I'm on my desktop, and it like went across, and it went across totally wrong, so I have no idea why it did that. But I thought, well, you may as well start from scratch. There's no point in carrying on with this 100 times bigger. It's going to be like ridiculously silly. Let's switch those off. Right, fantastic. So then we have... How are we doing with our animals? Totally spot on. Did we have anything in the sales? We did the carrot and we were talking about it. Right, so we could... this is true. This is going to get a bit tricky now, isn't it, for a couple of months? Because we can't just run those down. We're going to have to literally go down the roadside. We also... yeah, I was hoping to get my trailer done today, but I just really didn't feel... I didn't have the heart earlier to actually do it. So I have adjusted this. It spawns from the end onwards on all of these models now. I can't really do much about those, unfortunately. But yeah, it shouldn't spawn... Huh. Oh, maybe I didn't adjust the normal ones. No, I bet I didn't. Yeah, I will have forgotten to do that. That is true. On the new ones, all of these going forwards, these actually will not spawn. The spawn point for these is actually, yeah, past the end of this, pretty much where these are now. Yeah, that's annoying. I've got that in the wrong place. Right, so we have got some more to stick in, but we've got plenty to work on at the minute. It is April. Yeah, there's nothing we can do at the minute, I think. Yeah, we've just checked. Let's just triple check. And I don't want to be losing out cash-wise. I make sure everything's on. Bread we know sells very late on. And these are not making enough at present to actually do anything anyway. So the rope maker, would like to see how much. I've got 387 litres right now. Let's go and see how much by May morning that actually does. I can't believe how poor the cycles are on that, and that's a really expensive thing by Giants. Yeah, I just don't know how you would make cash unless you were doing all of it, like the cotton and the... Right, okay. Eco cultivator and that's... Well, we could make a little bit. It's not worth it. Let's leave it. Yeah, let's just see... Really, the biggest thing is to sort of see... Oh, my life. Oh, hang on a minute. That might have, yeah, done more than 1,000 litres. Let's just kind of have a look. I'm sure that, yeah, that would make sense. I would hope, really, that we would do like 1,000 litres. I'm looking at the wrong place. Oh, I'm still inside. Oh, but it's solid now. I thought I'd done all of these. Oh. She has going to say, most of them you don't do that anymore. I did it on the last models, but obviously... Ah. So... Does it tell you how big it is? I can't see how much... 586? Okay, well, actually, perhaps I didn't need to. Yeah, still doing that weird thing. I've not got around to doing the changing that. So rope. Okay, well, actually, perhaps I'll take it back. We're doing quite right on the ropes, and we have olive oil. Fantastic. And it's the flour in it. It's doing that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out. I might. It seems like a really good idea to do this. We had this on, and it's not easy to put them back. Giants, they don't always go back in. Could try it on this one. Yeah, let's olive oil. I think it's actually soon that it actually sells. Olive oil. It's, yeah. Oh my life. June. which is next month. So rope, how much is rope worth? March. I think we looked and rope goes up and down, like, so really if we wait for a couple of days, I know it's showing green now, but would still be better to sell at hours. 10,591 litres. I may have tweaked that a little bit too far the other way. Pig food's going up a little. Raisins 1,500. Pig food, olives, olive oil. That seems a little bit excessive. That should be about a year's supply. Yeah, I might have underestimated how powerful they were already. Really, the honey's doing well. So yeah, the rope and the pig foods we could sell whenever, but it still says it's not. Oh, it is. It's well above like a great demand price. I think we're going to do the rope then. So we do need. I don't think we've got one, have we? We were talking about this last session. Yeah, we need a. This is the one we need. We need like a flatbed or something like that. And there is a couple that have literally not long dropped. So I think it's about time we're going to have to like bite the bullet. It's such a shame about the TPS. It really would be my first choice. There are a couple of others that are a bit dearer than like I would want to pay. Ideally, yeah, we don't need. Yeah, it's true. We will need it though in a way, because we're going to be going down to do that. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I think I've obviously need to adjust that. That's really is bad. It's well too aggressive, the pricing. I would expect. What I'm aiming for is on my oil factories, I get about a ton and a quarter, ton and a half per month, and I think that's not far off. I think that's about really for a little factory. Obviously, I've also got the Bionics. I would expect those to do probably double that, sort of 3,000 litres, one of those. And that will make you a goodly amount of cash, but I really don't expect... Yeah, this occluder, I'm going to have to change it. It makes everything pop in and out. It really is a bit awful. Not the best overtaking I've seen. Yeah. Not so much. Now that is a harvester. Of all the harvesters we've got in the game, I really think the Rossomash looks absolutely the best of all. But it's obviously such a shame that it's not a really bigger one, because I really do very much think it's the... I won't say cutest, that's not really what I mean, but it definitely is really good. Oh, I forgot we've got another tractor up here, haven't we? Yeah, the fence. Right, I'm not sure if it's under low loaders or flatbeds. But there is another one that just dropped. Literally, I think I've got it in. Yeah, there's that one there. We've tried that. Again, it's not that one either. Please don't tell me I've not put it in. Could be under trailers. Ah, it is. It's the Brant. That one there. 12,500. Sure it is. Yeah, it is. And this is very much like what I like. This is like the H2 Studios ones. Very much like it. Only a Brant. So yeah, we're going to go like... we want machinery. Yeah, we do really. Trailer type premium. Does that mean? Oh, it means, yeah, we haven't got anything that it's better for us to be. No, I'm happy with 2. Bit more than I would like to pay. But you need it. Yeah, if we're going to like bring things down, and we have got an awful lot, it will make an awful lot of cash just straight away. I suppose we could, being as we've got this. And yeah, actually we'll let the telehandler do it because it's better. This will help us enormously. It really is a shame about the TPS, because obviously again, I'm always very tempted to go for it, but it isn't just because of its price. When it's working very well, when it's its normal self and not like damaged like it is at the minute, it really is very, very good. Wow, that is really a bit low, isn't it? Although I suppose, yeah, telehandlers are higher than you think as well. No, we have got it. Yeah, I was just saying on Oakbridge Farm, I was a little bit worried about my numbers, but it is what it is. It is my, it's my enjoyment, my hobby, and I suppose I hope that it's good. But I suppose, yeah, even if only 10 people watch, am I really that worried about? I think it's like a lot of things. The channel's changing direction. Obviously, I'm trying to do me mods as well, but only really to assist content. I'm not expecting like to be modder of the year or anything like that. I haven't got the time. Modding is something that if that I really would like to do, as in like I really enjoy it. Then we shouldn't really. It's because we really want to go straight and grab the rope. Oh dear. Oh well. Yeah, it is true. I mean, numbers are not what they usually. So you do always wonder. Well, it's one of those things. You always have got that self-examination, but then also it is, as I've said myself, the channel's changing direction. Sometimes people like what they've always seen, and then other people won't like that. But you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you, really? It's one of those things. What I'm trying to say is, as the person driving the channel, you're the one that has got to make that decision about what you're going to do, and I just felt it was time to sort of start doing the modding. It is something I toyed with a while back, but I have really taken to it quite nicely. I just not got anything for any of the really to do any particular mod from sort of scratch. Really takes some time, as I've really proved this afternoon. It's not like a quick project. Yeah, like to do anything properly, there's an awful lot of, you can knock up something like a change of the XML side, but the actual modelling and all that's completely different. I'm going to go on this field while we can. And then we're going to go grab that rope, because that is amazing. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's not really what I was trying to do, but if that's the way it's got to be. No, let's grab that. Yeah, we'll grab the weight before. It's not really the way I was trying to. Oh, it doesn't surprise me. I am, mentally exhausted from. Right, I can't remember if I was in a time lapse or I had a right bad. In fact, it's still not much better. I've just come from Oakbridge Farm, and everything was going wrong there. So, but I just thought, well, let's just try another map. Yeah, no, I know we did that. I was going to have to crash into that to stop it following us. Oh, and of course, it's stuck inside the. Yeah, this is what I was saying. I'd always get all weird type of things that normally wouldn't occur. Like it's actually stuck. Yeah, we're going to have to reset it. It's the only thing you can do in a situation like this. It's where the meshes actually get stuck. And you really can't do anything about it. You might even. Yeah, no, you can actually. Fantastic. Now let's reset that. I have installed deliveries on when. Yeah, right. Let's see if we can actually get some work done. So let's go grab that rope. That's worth an absolute fortune. I don't know what. I'm trying to think, what month were we in for us to go? Yeah, months have happened, haven't they? Not so much though. No, I really do think I've obviously thought the cycles are rubbish when really they're not. I mean, although we have got quite a few tubs of honey. It must have gone through 2 or 3 months. Please tell me this. Yeah, no, the crops are not ready. We don't need to bring the harvester down just yet. Did I save it after changing the models? Yeah, I did. Fantastic. So at least I can now sort of delete safely the grass greenhouses so that they are the model that I've chosen, really. Okay. Need it on the... It's me like trying to be good enough. Still need... Ooh, that is the point. How are we supposed to get... We're going to have to clip the field, aren't we? Going to have to. Didn't think about that, did I? No, I'm not. Yeah. I didn't actually. That's fairly obvious, isn't it? Really. Ooh, what's that? Well, there's no other way you're getting out of that anyway than that kind of way, so let's trump that. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of fun, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to have to also... I could design a way to do that, but I'm sort of like thinking... I could easily just have 2 more, but then it's the space, isn't it, really? I could, I suppose, redesign the pallets. Or could I? I could do it as a refillable pallet. You know, like, and sort of link the pallet with the mod. That would work. This is odd. It is very, very strange. Having this level. Yeah, I'll be right back. It really is too much, isn't it? I'll see you shortly. Right, that is an awful lot of stuff sort of set back to the occluder is now... I'm glad it's sort of at them, though. It sort of taught me what it actually does for definites. So only sometimes with things like that you realise how things work. This is going to be awkward to stack, isn't it, really? Yeah, it's also really difficult for me to do. Yeah, it is. I've really set myself a hard task in a way, haven't I? These are double stacked. Yeah, the other things are going to spawn more as well, aren't they? So we're going to have to like come backwards and forwards until we've done all of the ones that we've got. Fantastic. Yeah, because you can't... Well, you can... Well, actually, yeah, I suppose you can stack them double, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do it here. It just seems a bit odd to double stack them, because your eyes are telling you that that's a round object. Yeah, it's a really strange... Obviously, I'd imagine that these aren't supposed to be double stacked, and yet obviously the game's double stacking them, so... If Giants say they should be double stacked, it just seems a bit odd that there's an invisible square around it, really. To me, right, anyway, time-lapse time. Yeah, I'm back, so I must feel up to the task of doing the job, or I wouldn't be here. Yeah, really. So let's get stuck in. I will see you guys and gals on the other side. That's definitely a good earner, without a shadow of a doubt. So that is quite amazing. It is. So I need to tweak that. Obviously, that's a little bit stupendous, really. So let me just remind myself, we've got a few olives to lug as well, but I'm going to leave that. We need to get the oats out, don't we, really? So let's just make sure that we've got nothing else to sell that's really the pig food. Yeah, it'll be green a lot. So the olive oil is, I believe, it's June, so we will need to do that in the morning. It's definitely not right for now, so yeah, we'll get the olive oil out. Oh no, it's just till 8 o'clock. It is. So a little bit of damage, but then we were reimbursed for such said damage. Yeah, and we're gonna have to do that every year anyway, so it's got to be. I've made it an island without thinking. It's really quite amazing sometimes. All my life, the wool. Yeah, we should have shifted that before, shouldn't we, really? So we do need this again. That's what I'm saying. This was very well. You will just watch. We've not looked in the sales, and there'll be one of these for sale. Yeah, as I've said before, if there is, you can always sell the one you've got. It strangely enough, it was for sale on one of the other Let's Plays yesterday, when there was really not feeling very well at all, actually. Yeah, I don't mean to be just in myself, as in like more not up to it. Yeah, shattered from work as always. I'm really thinking it's about time at my age that I got like a less. Yeah, it's getting too much for me. I said this to my wife the other day. I said I'd sooner go for a part, but there isn't much part-time work either. It's one of those sort of things. I'm just getting too old for like really long hours that I'm doing. It's crazy. I'm doing longer hours now than I was when I was 18. Yeah, it's quite amazing. Like, I leave at the crack of dawn, get back like late, repeat that Monday to Friday. I know my wife says, well, lots of other people. I says, yeah, well, lots of other people probably haven't got better health than I have. I've got to be, this is not going to work, is it? It's really not going to work. We need to, like, yeah. This is only trouble. I said this on Lone Oak, and not Lone Oak, Stone Valley is the one I'm thinking of. Stone Valley. I did sort of say this on that. You've got to give yourself a bit of room around either that, or I could change the spawn point of this one on purpose, being as I am the actual modder that modded it and made it, and it's my mod, so I could actually do that. Yeah, because what I'm saying is that the food is over the far side. We possibly could. It's not the end of the world, but it does seem a little bit excessive, really, to do that. Yeah, I'd treat it as if it was that I was anyone else, I think, which that would not be an option, so it's not an option for us. We've got to, like, basically put a bit of room for manoeuvring, or just do it like this. Yeah. Ooh. It's just, yeah, it's again, in real farming, there isn't a perfect solution to many problems. They have got to manage with abnormal situations, so let's just roll with it, shall we? It's yeah, I mean, I like that ability of the game. There's a lot of problem solving, but there are some times when you're not feeling it, like now, that it's sort of a bit much. But normally I actually quite like that, the fact that you've got to solve lots of problems, and I think it sort of keeps it alive a bit for everybody else as well. Ooh, yes, they're a bit far apart, aren't they? Yeah. It did say machinery, I think bales. I think we ought to change this to bales so that they're closer together. I do like the option, though, that they've given you that deliberately for that. It's very, very... So if we like do that, we've got both typically. I was just trying to grab one, and I think we'll leave those other two, so I think we'll be able to yeah, we're gonna have to go. Well, we need the olive oil anyway, don't we? So it's not really the end of the world. Right, so this dropping of the weight, and I'm glad we've got this tractor though with this ability. Yeah, might only be 150 horsepower, but it really does. It ticks all boxes. So having that self-marketing is on most of the Let's Plays now a real absolute boost, because it is something I wanted to use a lot in FS22 and I never got around to it. But when I, as a nutter that I am, said that we'll do hard economy on all things, and nah, the enemy agreed. Oh no, don't want to be. Oh no, they're strapped. They shouldn't be grabbed by that unless I. No, they shouldn't get grabbed at all. Actually, yeah, it's true. I do. It did strike a chord with me. I sort of jokingly said it at the end of FS22, and I thought, really, I'd like to do it, because if you get to the point where hard becomes normal, then you don't feel it anymore, and that's what I feel. I know it's tough on hard economy, but I'm now it just is the norm. Right, so we need to swing wide like that, and then got to be careful not to scrape. So we've got to pull wide like that. Got more ropes. I love the way that Giants have done the pallets, I've got to be honest. So it's got to be super duper. It has. So 150 times, it is a lot. Yeah, 10 times that would be 3,840. It's basically going to destroy whatever we throw at it on a day-to-day basis. Which, oh, sorry, but I've got no option but to like drag you around. Shouldn't be able to go in there, even though I could see through it for some reason. Okay, so then we need to. Should be roughly about where we are. Nearly. So those last two to go. Yeah, this is one thing I didn't take into consideration, wasn't it, when I was sort of bragging about them all fitting together nicely. Turning room with quite a large trailer. This is what you could really do with. I should have stuck to my guns and gone for what my original trailer. Yeah, the EDK Farm Tech that I've got, that I chose as my beautiful little model, like at the beginning. Yeah, we need to like do that, don't we? That's true. Well, actually, I think we discovered that almost every day the ropes are. Yeah, it's still that's 2,000 above like the max price. So for some reason it's like high anyway. So let's. Oh, yeah, we did. That's the olive oil. Should be green. It is. So wow, excellent. So there's going to be quite a bit in there. It is worth a lot though. Each like tonnage is worth quite a lot. Oh yeah, we need to drop that. Yes, it's really weird. I've got a strange personality in so much as we've all got quirks. But I hate faffiness with a passion. So all this dropping and picking up and things like that, it really is like beyond my normal limits of patience, which I need to work on. I do, it's true. There's one thing I recognised about Farm Simulator was the fact that it would truly help me with my impatience that I've got, and I've got a monumental impatience. It may appear that sometimes when you see some of the tasks I do that I've got a very good patience, but I'd still naturally my patience is not terribly. I love the how flat these are. Don't know how many we've actually got in here. I don't think too many. Oh, scraping in the. Yeah, if we stick. Oh, I think my bumper. This has lasted really well. This is this gamepad. Because I obviously, with being on like this game. Oh, it's grape juice. Or what? Yeah, or raisins, I think, by the look of it. We should have a look at those as well to see if they are, whether they're one of those things that's at a certain month, or that's got to be I think I'd say the first one was grape juice, and they I would say was raisins. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. It's 4 tons of olive oil, and it is. No, that's. I think there must be more inside. Let's have a look. Might be wrong. It was worth almost 3,000, so that'd be 36912. That said we'd got an awful lot more than that. It said we'd got 49,000, 16,000, blah, 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 16,000 litres. So there's an awful lot more than that. So let's have a look. Which is, I would imagine, your raisins, and you are cold pressed juice. I'm wrong, it's the other way around. So you're the raisins, sun-dried raisins. Yeah, so I don't really know what to do about the... it looks like I'm going to have to design a special palette for use with this, which is a bit of a pain, really. So we need to shift that on there. Yeah, because you can't reload them unless... No, I think I have. I think I've got everything as loadable, like with everything else, so... I have to stick this in piles, aren't we? This is where it becomes a bit messy. I mean, this is naturally would lay like... If we're going to insist on selling, because normally what I would do is naturally block the pallets. Oh, I'm doing it again. Yeah, you could do it with an animation as well, really. But you can just as well put a cone down and stop them spawning. But you see, we want them to spawn, really. Yeah, because we're trying to take everything to market. This is a new thing for me, really. I've got to get used to it. It's going to make me an absolute whiz at loading and unloading, though. It really is. Because I'm going to have plenty of practice. Let's stick you there. Let's grab you too. So we should have 16 of these. Maybe 8. No, I think it still includes those. So. Right, I'm going to go into a time lapse because this is going to be the session, I would say, really, and it's quite a nice place to be in a way. Yeah, so I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Fantastic! Wow, never thought for 1 minute we'd be earning like that off this. I'm glad in a way, obviously, because it has been sort of quite tough, but it does go to yeah. When you like have this idea, oh, well, let me do this and see, is it a viable business? And then like you sort of like can either hit that, oh my life, no, this is really not effective. It's terrible. Or you, like we've done on this one, where you like think, oh wow, actually, yeah, this really is quite good. It is. It's true. That's really very, very sort of. Oh, did we not check the sales this morning? Let's grab it and sell it. Yeah, it's I find this a little bit expensive when you consider we can buy a 21 meter one for about 6,000, including a tank. It's, yeah, I mean, we could buy a dedicated GTA. I suppose that's the real kicker. It is, and that is that in life, much that happens is down to you knowing something, as in knowledge. It's the log crate I was going to say. Where are we? Right, we are there. It is not. We're down here, aren't we? Yes, we are. I can say. Let's enter the vehicle. And the thing is, you've got to take stock that obviously agricultural equipment is very expensive, and it probably is a very nice machine. It says as it nearly cracks the post. Seems quite responsive. It's got narrows. Oh, I'm not sure I'm quite in enough. No, I think I was actually. Yeah. So then, sell you, yes. Not like me to forget, but then again, I did say I'm not really at my best. Oh, I think we'll buy both of them. Why not? It's nice to actually have the cash to be able to do this. Fantastic. Let's grab the telehandler and get them shifted and earn a few more. That's going to be 100,000. About 10,000 in total, but yeah, for the two, like not individually. It's not a bad little earner, all things considered, and this was done from our own cash, so yeah, we'll have the profit plus nearly 100,000 back. That's quite nice, because we were sort of like rags to riches, really. We really didn't have any. 50 odd thousand. I think we're lower than that. 22, I think, something like that. We were down to. Ooh. Yeah, let's drop it, because it then knows it's gone off your weight. I've got to get into the habit of doing it. I know you shouldn't have to, it's a game and all that, but it is what it is. Fantastic. No, you shouldn't, obviously. The mechanic should allow for it, but yeah, straps again into it. I'm sure Giants will get around to it in their list of things to fix. They have got already. Hopefully they won't break it. Yeah, what I found was with FS25 was that they often fixed one thing and then something else was broken. Yeah, that happened very regularly, and certain things never got fixed at all, so at least we've got a means of shifting the header as well, that trailer. I do love that. That's another reason I like those kind of trailers, is the fact that without the backs, the I can't think of their proper name. Yeah, I don't like the back. I still can't think of the name. Your ramps, that's the one. Yeah, the ramps. I don't like them up in the air. There's obviously quite a lot of them that do that. The ramps up in the air jobby. Let's enter you. And so we've got, yeah, we're all right for. Should be, I think it is. Is it July or is it August? For like oats. It could be, yeah, it could be as soon as tomorrow morning. So this is packing up. Backing up even. Wow, why is that like doing that now though? I wonder if it is levels. Do play around with these more than they should do. See, they're all out where I would expect them to be. That I did say this yesterday's session. On the other models, I've moved these. Now I've still left these spawning in there, so I'm going to need to correct this model like afterwards, so that tomorrow when things start to spawn, they don't keep spawning inside the manure box. Yeah, right. Okay then. So let's go through. Oh, let's just check our charges to make sure they have enough grass. They have. They're plenty. Right. Okay then. Let's go through till July. Hopefully, our crops will be done as well. Amazing. We'll check the sales first though. Yep, they're definitely ready. And wow, our wool is coming on a pace. It is. Oh, well, that's a good tick up as well. Amazing. Right. Still not the Vimea, and we got a baler. I think we have got a... No, we need a square, don't we? I knew that would happen. I knew it. Because we got the Arcusan. It's just typical, isn't it, eh? I knew this would happen. And they're both round balers, would you believe it? Two of them, both. Right, okay, well let's... yeah, it's typical, isn't it? It really is typical. That's actually a real bargain for that, to be truthful. As is that. I've got to be honest, I'm not... It's strange how you change as a virtual farmer. I used to love the... I never used to pay attention to like bale sizes, but they've become important to me now. I really do pay attention to them. Yeah, it's... I like this. I've only had this once with the Mia. This... a second time. It is nice. So manoeuvrable. Harvester down and bring the... Let's get this bit out of the way. Let's borrow that. That's just a lot further away than I thought. I do love the rain. There's an awful lot actually that Giants have done well. It was such a mess to release a game like FS25 that was just not ready. Yeah, and they certainly had enough time to actually get it ready. They've had years. It's longer, this one, in coming than any other thing. So it should have been a polished gem, and instead it was an absolute train wreck. And I'm telling now it is. I'm not in the partner program, so I haven't got any repercussions, and I don't ever want to be. If I can't, I want to be frank, but I'd also be fair. That's what I'm saying. Giants did. There is a lot that is. The promise is there. Had it been released on day one like this, it would have been a polished jewel. But having to put up with some of the horrible things and the textures and on a game, they should be top whack. So we do need to grab the Russell mesh. Yeah, we can still. We don't really eat the header. One thing I love about the Russell mesh is you never have to unfold it. He says. Yeah, we need to like. This is going to be a hard one to do, so you got to be very, very. Yeah, the sort of steps are automatic with the Russell mesh, aren't they? They like just. There is no unfold sort of thing with it. It's just go. And I like that about it as well. A lot. I did say this in the end of FS22 with the harvesters. There were that many different options. Some of them you'd got to lower the header and switch on. Some of them you'd got to keep the header up, and you pressed go and it put the header down for you. It was just, I was like, what? Which one are you? It's, it's funny going past the farm like this, the old farm, because we didn't own this field on the right. It's one of the few we did own an awful lot around the farm, right up to this river really, apart from that field there. Did we own the last field in the end? not sure actually. So I need to change my kph to mph. So let's go grab that header. Yeah, I think we should wait here. Yeah, so the one thing with the Rope Factory is obviously always going to be ready. Always going to be ready, because it's going to absolutely devour anything that it's like got, so we need to do something about that. Yeah, we need to slow it down a little. I mean, even though it's lovely for you, actually we don't really need to. Imagine we might. It's always a good idea to carry your weight if you like the loader, because otherwise it could catch you out. So let's get this lot done. It's about a perfect length trailer, this. The one bad thing about having my favourite was the dovetail, which this is similar, but it's sort of extra length due to the dovetail, or whatever you do call this one. But this is one of the best designs, in my personal opinion, trailers that you can get, but that it would be nice if the trailer bit that went underneath rather than on top, but that would be the perfect. Be careful. Wandering a little. Thoughts of like speed time about really. So wow, I didn't think we'd be up to that. We have really, what with the ropes and yeah, the oil. We've chosen good businesses for hard economy, and that really is the sort of, I think, the crux of the matter with hard economy is you've got to really pick your part, like your business as well. I mean, I've done oils a lot, but just canola and sunflower oil, and they are reasonable. But on hard economy, they're all quite awful. You're not producing the scale unless you've got lots of fields, and then again it becomes a matter of like if you've got lots of fields. I suppose I might be looking at that wrong. Yes, as a content creator, I prefer medium everything, because it means you can get around quicker, but big tends to take a long time to actually do. Let's get this ready. Could actually let the shop's telehandler do the lifting. Yeah, there should be a good sized header for that. It should easily manage this one, the Rossomash, really. Now this is something you wouldn't have been able to do in FS25. The Rossomash had its own distinct header. Yeah, I remember at the very beginning of FS25 that was very much the case. Yeah, and if you got a Rossomash header, don't waste your time buying it for anything else, because it only works for the Rossomash. You can stick that not too far on. You should be able to grab that. Right, strap it down. Do nicely. Well, let's change this as well to bale straps rather than machinery, because we're going to be using it for little things more than big, really. It's going to be mainly loading pallets, sorry. Loading, we know, but we repair you? We did not. Customize. Let's go for rounds, because I would imagine that'd be more. Fantastic. Oh, I seem to be... Oh, was the game crashed? Oh. Here's a new mod. Oh, that's so annoying. Yep, that's it. The entire session gone. All because of tension bounce. Oh. The mod has not quite made his mod. Yeah, when you're switching them over, it's got some sort of error on it. Yeah, you... right, okay. Well, that ended rather abruptly, and I'm going to have to repeat that all over again. So that is rather annoying. Did we get autosave on? We shall see. I'm going to reload the game. See you shortly. I was not going to show this. I was thinking, what I'll do is I'll just like catch up and not show, but I thought, but yeah, but then you've got that, what you always talk about, chain of evidence, that people, it's why I've always done what I've done, which is sometimes a bit of a pain, but other times I can't like prove that I've did this fairly unless I sort of show it. So all I've done so far is like loaded that up. So we're sort of catching up. I've sold the aggro again, because obviously we've not gone back too far. The autosave did do its job, so it does go to show having that on really is a lifesaver. I would have literally been crying in my boots now had I had to like lose the entire session. So to just lose a few minutes is palatable. It does go to show though it is the nature of this game really that you really do need autosave on it. Actually a lot, because especially if you're going to go for new unstable mods, you don't ever know. I mean, who would have thought that the straps on a trailer would have crashed the game, you know, like you changing them because the mod has not quite got it right. You don't know that until you've done that, because you don't expect that. So we're going to leave these alone, or I'm going to save the game and do it at the end, or I just hope I remember, because I know that's the trouble. It's sort of part of the furniture, that kind of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So this is it. This is the 16 again. Yeah, and then we'll grab the ropes as well, and hopefully, I mean there is one thing, and that is that obviously the balers and that we had, the Vermeer. It'd be interesting to see, because I know when I did this a while back, after another crash, which is a frequent thing of the game. Yeah, when I did that, we did the wall as well, didn't we? Yeah, we did. I think, to be honest, I think with this, and we do this again, we'll just do this up to this point where we do the stacking of this and the selling of it. It's enough excitement. We'll just have to like do the rest next session. It's just one of those things, really. Can't really be helped. Can we grab the... We can't. Oh, that's olive oil. How can you grab olive oil? Oh, yeah, because we're grabbing the entire... Right, yeah. So the trouble thing with... Let's just pull that forward a little. And then we'll sell this, and then that's where we're going to leave it. We'll catch up with the harvest next session. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, because otherwise the session length becomes a monster. Yeah, it's going to be a bit more. Yeah, I need to shrink my thing. That's not easily done when you've got front loader on. Yeah, let's try that again. It's a nice trailer though, apart from obviously not so nice with how are we going to do this. Can we do it like a complete 360? Well, we'll probably hit the bread. Yeah, we're scrunching on the... Now that's a point on my new trailer. Never thought about that. But you're hitting the plane. It's not a lot. Ooh. Let's try that. I'm going to need to like do that. Okay, well, let's let that go for a minute, because we can at least put the ropes on. That's and then we'll sell this, and then that is where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, so I'm sort of thinking there isn't a really good solution because of the way that Giants have done it, it doesn't lend itself to you having your mill and your bakery all in one building, because you've got to, the multigrain, beautiful bakery, 55,000. It's a thing of a real beautiful bit of a mod. Really is fantastic. Modder is a very, very skilled modder. I mean, like, what they have done with that is quite phenomenal. Not easy to do with like pallet blockers and things like that. But I still think, all things considered, obviously I myself, for the same reason, thought about making this the bakery mill, because it's less space and it's really convenient. But all things considered now, with the having to go to pallet blockers, and even if you choose to unblock, it's still going to put your flour outside. You've actually not sidestepped it. No matter how good a modder you are, you've actually not solved the issue, because the issue is the fact that Giants have designed it as it is, and you're not going to get away with that. So bottom line is, you're always going to release flour. So either you as a player have got to could actually this time do that though, drop that on properly, because they do stack. Giants have sort of done it so they sit perfectly well, which they shouldn't in real life if based upon the shape. But I'll go with Giants on this one. I'm grateful. Yeah, so I think, all things considered, I might design separate them again. I don't think it's going to work. It's a really good idea. Some things do lend themselves to it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, if there's an intermediate product like flour that you make, and then it's going to spawn, because it's the way of a pallet maker to spawn things that are done. So there's no real escaping that. Of course, you can put it back in. I mean, you can't now. It's weird, but Giants have designed it that the intermediate product can't be reloaded, which is a bit annoying. But you could redesign the pallet. But really, should you need to do that? Or is it one of those cases where you like think, well, it's one of those game. It's a mechanic, and it's a natural. Let's say Giants have designed the system itself, like to just. The system itself to sort of automate almost everything, and they're heavily into that, and you can see that. And I suppose as a modder, part of your job is to recognise the system and think, although I can do it, is it wise to? I mean, I did the same. The pallet blocker, I naturally put things down in Hutenpante, because I used to sell always direct, and I didn't want anything to spawn, so I'd sell the pallets from within. I didn't want them on the outside. Now that would work, but then obviously we've made the self-marketing, which means now it's a real bad thing to do it like that, which means you've then got to use the natural processes that are in the game. You've got to swing wides to do this. Yeah, so really I think I'm going to separate it. Yeah, simple as. I think I'm going to try to. I might actually keep the mill as the original one that Giants did. Have it as a bit special. Keep the original model, because it's small, it goes anywhere. So if we're going to have the. Because I do like my models. But can I make a petite one? It's that small. Be a very tiny silo to be like that. It's very tiny. Yeah, I think I'll stick to the original Giants one. I really do. I think it is for petiteness. The mill is absolutely phenomenal. Fantastic, excellent. So right up to 271,535. Still got. Oh, we did. Oh, wow! We actually managed to do the moving. Yeah. So really, we only lost. It's just getting the harvester, which I think I might sort of get that ready. Should we? Yeah. Let's go through till tomorrow morning, at the very least. Now I realise we've got honey. We did have last time. We have got more. Is it red, green, or what? The honey. It's white, so it's terrible. Right, okay, so we'll leave that for a little while. They're stacking up again. I must do that model as I go out. Let's go through till the morning. And we shall see what pops in the morning, whether Giants have changed it or last time I did this, when you go back in time and then forward in time due to like this type of problem, the things that popped the next day were still totally random. So if that's true, you won't see the balers. If it's false, you will. No, oh wow, another one of those. Which you can forget that. There's no way I'm ever buying that Grimmy tool. That was totally flawed. Do we? I think we'll let's do the buying and selling. We do indeed. 36 meter spread. Wow, very nice. If we were a really rich farmer, we'd actually treat us to that. I do love them. But obviously it's just a very small part of farming, really, that kind of thing. That in fact, condors. I love the colours. Favourite two colours together. I like some preponderous beast. It's a fairly decent tank. Fantastic, and we may as well, yeah, it's still 3.5 grand. Don't want that off. Oh, I suppose actually, yeah, no, that is true. That's so sad. I might treat this with contempt, but it's still, we could grab it with the very tractor that we've just bought, and we could make another 3,000. So a sensible person would actually do that. And although I can't claim to be sensible in this instance, I am going to be. Yes, I'm hoping to do my little trailer later on today, because this really is the middle of the night. I woke up, I went to bed early because I didn't feel terribly. I've got to be careful what you say. I felt shattered, washed out more than like anything else. But then I woke up having had about 4 hours sleep. Yeah, so it's still totally random, is the bottom line. Let's save the game. Don't want to risk any more loss. We have got that down here. So yeah, that's it. 322,000. I will get the harvester and header down. Yeah, I'm going to at least do that. Be kind to myself for next session, so that we can get cracking on that next session. Animals, I think they were still okay when we looked at this last time. Yes, exactly the same. So we've now filled the enclosure, and they were born this very morning. No, I'd say they were born no, they can't have been. Why is their health 80% then? That was quick. That must have been while we were unloading. Yeah, they've obviously, it must have took longer than I thought, or I'm not sure, but they're nearly out of puberty. Wow. Amazing. So they're like fully fledged adults as well. So these both are woolies, and that's nearly woolly. Yeah, that's definitely nowhere near woolly. Woolly. Oh, do you know, sometimes. So I mean, unbelievable money, hard economy, 322,307 euros. We are a farmer of means. We can actually afford the fields. Let's have a look. Do we buy the canola field too already? This makes the most sense to buy this one, really. I think we will buy it. We'll grab the, even if it's just for crop. We will indeed, because we can. So we now earn 65. Now let's have a look at how that is. It's fully weeded, but it's double fertilized. So that's quite good. So we could really, have we? I don't think we've actually got a sprayer on this, have we? Because it's definitely a sprayer and only a sprayer. we've not. He says as he takes such a quick look, as if he's so sure. Well, I think what we're going to do then, if that is the case, is we are going to treat ourselves to... Yeah, I've got to be honest, this is another no-brainer. Since Giants have done that 21-metre sprayer, it really is a given that you can go for the Sridiport. And we should put it with a standard front. This is something I keep meaning to do. That's grab another front tank and expand it a little. You've only got the one tank, haven't we, really? Fantastic. So we're going to spray that as well next session. Yeah, so I'm going to get that up to the field. Will we collect? Well, we will collect this. We should grab the fence. We'll stick this on and I shall send it down. So we're down to 170,000, but we've got a sprayer as well. But it is such good value. So let's actually start this engine. Yeah, I know it's not got the most storage, but let's be honest, for that kind of cash, it's rather unbelievably good. In fact, yeah, the fact that you paid 5,000 for a tank in front, and it costs less than the actual spraying unit. Amazing. Right, so there we go. Fuel. Yeah, we can grab it from our home fingers. BA Industries have got that ready to deliver whatever we want at our fingertips within minutes. Drone delivery. No, not really. Oh, my life, that's a little bit close. Right, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.